Digimon, Digimon Monster, Digimon er de bedste. Digimon, Monster, Digimon er de bedste. Kom, bliv forvandlet til champions. Træs digital verden nu. Digimon, Monster, Digimon er de bedste. Digimon, Monster, Digimon er de bedste. Digimon of the champions. Digimon of the ultimate. Digimon, Monster, Digimon er de bedste. Digimon, Monster, Digimon er de bedste. Digimon, Monster, Digimon.
Fantastisk. Jeg tænker, at til næste år, så har alle øvet, så de kan noget nok. Ja. Mange tak. And on that note, it's time that we introduce our amazing judges. So we are going to switch over to English so that all of our judges can understand what we're saying. And we start out strong with Caspian Cosplay. Thank you, judges. You may take your seat as our students clap. Vores fantastiske dommer har simpelthen siddet og nærstuderet de forskellige cosplays hele dagen lang. Meget tidligt. Så tidligt, at der faktisk var nogle af dommerne, som sagde, hvor tidligt? Det var rimelig tidligt. Og nu er det tid til vores cosplay catwalk. Og den foregår på engelsk. Så det kunne være okay med jer. For I har selvfølgelig lavet jeres engelsk lektier også. Ikke? Fantastisk. Lucas.
We have contestant number 1, Okami Cosplay DK. They're cosplaying Peach from Walter. She has chosen to cosplay Peach because she has likes her personality and her way of being. It has taken her about 18 months to make the cosplay. She has learned to put LED in the armor with a little help from her sister. Something that she is most proud of is the process of doing all the work. As it's the first time she has tried to work with it. During the process, she has also learned to work with new painting techniques instead of using only spray paint. She has now invested in an airbrush. It is also important to get the right thickness on it, but in return, it gives a satisfaction when it becomes just the right color. Armor is made of foam. The wig has been restyled a few times to get the right look she has. Something that is fun to make was the jetpack. I think color for it to be able to stand by itself. It does not follow the edge of the armor, so the pattern with the masking tape has to be made low to build the collar. The jetpack was not on the hard to make. When she had some good summary pictures of it on the web, it was easy to build it, and she drew it with the hurt of boundaries that are on the top of the bottom of the jetpack. To make it easier to get in and out of it, the calf and foam armor zipper has been added. The folding parts are not so easy to get on or off when they must slide together onto legs. For the remaining closures, she has chosen to add Velcro and some faux leather to have the right look.
Thank you so much. And our next contestant is Silaki Cosplay. He's cosplaying Raptalia, Rising of the Shield Hero. Silaki Cosplay is cosplaying as Raptalia for Rising of the Shield Hero. Silaki used many different techniques to make this cosplay. All the patterns made for this cosplay is made by Silaki herself by using masking tape on her body to get the best fit for her body. All of the armor cloth is made of foam. All the fabric used for this cosplay is made from scraps she had laying around, because that was one of Silaki's goals to make this cosplay. Was a costume that was more sustainable for the environment, which made this cosplay more time-consuming because it took a bit longer to do all the pieces together. Silaki spent about 3 months on this cosplay. Some of the new techniques Silaki tried on this cosplay was to sew zippers in shin armor to make it fit more to her shin and make it easier to attach to her body. Also, her sword, which is also her favorite thing on this costume, is made of wood. It was her first time working with these materials, and it was a very different way to make a prop. The reason Silaki wanted, the reason Silaki wanted to cosplay as Messiah was that she thinks Natalia is super cute with the fluffy tail and ears. Natalia's design overall was super fun to make because it had a fantasy theme that Silaki likes very much. Thank you so much.
Next contestant is Tatiana Cosplay. Titania Cosplay. She is cosplaying Malik Ashraf from Assassin's Creed. Tatiana's favorite part of the costume. Titania's favorite part of the costume sways between the cowl and the triangles on the sleeves. The triangles on the sleeves were fairly easy for her to figure out how to make, and she loved the way that it turned out. The cowl took a lot more trial and error. First making one that was too small, then twerking it a bit here and there until she finally made the right size that fit over the hair. A hidden part of the costume is on the layer under the jacket, where the edges of the shoulder had been added, detailed embroidered by hand. Even though she knew it wouldn't be seen, she made it anyway just for the details. The most time-consuming part was the paint job on the jacket. She had to make sure that the paint didn't go all the way through, so it took a lot of time, and 2 really small paintbrushes to get all the edges and spikes neat enough for her liking. Thank you very much.
Our next contestant is Maruna. And she's cosplaying Yulia of Nondor from Dark Souls 3. For easier navigation, such as onto stages, Maruna made the helmet so it could open. The jacket is made from cotton and was a real challenge to pattern because of the unusual panel placement. The jacket is fully lined and closes with hand-carved buttons. Yeah, wow, I really don't see wow. The skirt is a wool mix and has about 130 scales attached, all of which has foam plate detailing. Similar runes are also on the little cape. Some of the armor pieces are foam, while the ones with muslin plate details are made from Wopla for stability. The katana is made from transparent Wopla and resin. This is Maruna's 3rd Dark Soul cosplay, and definitely not her last one. Thank you so much.
Our next contestant is Vincent! He is cosplaying Toma from Genshin Impact. This entire cosplay was designed without a proper 3D model for the reference. So Vince had to rely solely on pictures from Google and YouTube videos. He used new, unfamiliar techniques such as 3D pen printing and draping to make this character. His favorite part about the cosplay is the sash around his waist. The sash itself is made of satin and iron-on vinyl. Without a proper 3D model, Vince has to guess most of the pattern. Toma's jacket is weirdly designed, as one of his sleeves appear to be Japanese armor, but not really. Vince tried 4 different methods, but also ended up using silk ribbons to get the look that he was aiming for. The gold pattern of the cuffs was hand-painted, which he has designed himself based on blurry reference images. He ended up with a design based on quaternary Celtic knots, which stands for a small bag attached to the forearm belt is a functional one that can carry both phone and wallet. The shoes were bought, torn apart, literally, and put together to become a tabby shoe he was looking for, to match the character as much as possible. Toma took approximately 1 month from start to finish, excluding all the breaks and procrastination. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Our next contestant is Jetpack Cosplay. Lord from League of Angels. Starting from the top, the wig is made from a base of a short wig, where long web has been sewn in on one side to create the extra length, and then colored with red dye to create an ombre effect, and styled with got to be blue stripes. For the base of the cosplay, she has sewn a bodysuit where some red patterns were painted on by hand. Most of the armor is made from 3mm ABA foam. Only the armor on the hand is made from 1mm ABA foam. The hand, all of the arm, and the gorget armor is made from homemade patterns, which has been done with the help of plastic wrap and a lot of duct tape. All the details on the cosplay are made from foam clay, and everything has been painted with a mix of brush and airbrush. Her favorite part is definitely the sword. It was first drawn by hand in full size, after made from a PVC pipe as the core, where LED strips has been glued on, and 20mm thick EVA foam. It took approximately 50 hours to finish the sword. It reaches 195 centimeters, but is still fairly lightweight because of the chosen materials. Thank you so much.
Our next contestant is Nina Cosplay. She is cosplaying Yuriko Noga. Nosia.
Jeg forvirret på det her.
Nosia. It took not long after finishing the game for Mina to pick out Yuriko as her next project. Yuriko's elegant vibes and monochromatic color palette with golden details was extremely appealing. Yuriko is her favorite character, in particular because of her mysterious, yet mischievous personality. Ally or foe, she is to be feared. In making of the costume, Mina had to consult the character artists themselves to get the ins and outs of the dress and the harness. The harness, especially drafted from a dress pattern, took ages to complete because it is asymmetrical in shape. It quickly became her favorite part of the costume. It was difficult to work with, and it was 3 separate closings on the chest, waist, and neck. But she is very proud of the resulting garment. The edge has been fitted with horsehair braid to retain its straight shape. A very important detail of Yuriko's outfit. The round foam pattern parts of the arm, legs, and chest are attached with velcro, making for easy removal in case of washing. Despite not having much practical use, the zippers of underarms and legs are also fully functional. Overall, she spent a month or 2 on creating the costume, separated over a year. Thank you very much.
Our next cosplayer is Gigi Abla. From World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth. This costume took around 140 hours to make over the span of a year and a half. The golden ornaments on the skirt and cape alone taking 50 hours to cut, fold, and sew on. All faux leather parts of the costume are weathered. A basting stitch has been run by all the golden edges to secure everything and making everything look smooth. The golden rope... Ja, tak, vi klapper lige der. The golden ropes on the sleeves are repeated on the hood, tying the different costume pieces together. The belt on the cape and the bags are fully functional, making the costume very practical to wear. All the buttons on the corset are authentic buttons from the Danish Navy military, a perfect fit for the daughter of the sea. Gigi's favorite thing about the costume overall is how comfortable it is to wear and how easy it makes it for her to embody the character of Dana Proudmore. She puts high value on making cosplaying comfortable, as there is nothing worse than your costume breaking apart or hurting you as you're trying to portray a certain character. Thank you so much.
Our next contestant is Elf Darling Kami. And they are cosplaying Keyleth from Critical Role. When the Critical Role comic book was designs were released, Kami was immediately drawn to this design of Keyleth. The patterns for the top, leggings, and dress were all drafted from scratch, either by flat drafting or by framing on the stand. Their favorite part of the costume is designing dress and creating the cutouts on it. It was a challenge. Kami wanted the costume to have different textures and make the simplistic comic design a bit more realistic. Both the leggings and the top have leaf patterns stitched into the fabric. The shoes are thrifted bleach wedge sandals turned into boots. This type of shoe was ideal for the open heel look. Various other techniques went into making the costume. The headdress is made of water scraps, and the gem was modeled in clay and cast in resin, dyed with mica powder. Kami also modeled a 3D printed the emblem on the badge. Who doesn't love a cosplay design with a bag incorporated? Very practical. Thank you very much.
Our next contestant is Marine Moon, who is cosplaying Barbara from Genshin Impact. is a deaconess, a self-proclaimed idol, and a healer all at the same time, and her design really reflects that. Tone had a lot of fun working with different materials and playing with reflecting those different aesthetics in her costume. Overall, this costume required approximately 1 million fittings as well as a ton of hand sewing, painting, fabric dyeing, a bit of resin casting, and embroidery. All patterns were drafted mostly from scratch, and the fabrics ranged from velvet, leather, and different satins for different textures. For the idol side of Barbara, Tuna added some sparkle with different gold and silver trims to make him shine for the stage. The hat was the most fun to make. It has a craft foam base covered in fabric, all lined and hand-sewn with silver details, as well as gold cross made from polymer clay. All other small details on the costumes are sculpted from polymer clay as well. The book is also a personal favorite. It's made from an actual book that had perfectly aged pages. She added craft foam details and cut the inside out so it's hollow and works as a bag. A godsend. Altogether, this was a really fun costume to work on. Thank you so much.
Welcome the next contestant, Snippers! She is cosplaying Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle. Snippers is cosplaying Sophie Hammer from the Ghibli version of Howl's Moving Castle. She actually found the fabric for the dress before even having thought of making the cosplay, and then decided to make it when she realized it was the perfect fit for the first dress Sophie was wearing in the movie. The outfit is based loosely on Edwardian fashion, especially the underwear. All the clothing except for the stockings. Yes, that also includes the underwear. She has created all the patterns for the clothing herself, including all the underwear. She particularly likes